I remember as I'm sitting in the classroom and I look to my left, I see my friend kind of like making a weird face, and one thing led to another. He ended up making this weird noise that went, ah. And I am not joking, man literally creamed himself. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to a super embarrassing story. So this story all takes place back in middle school, and this was my grade 8 year. Now, grade 8 was the year I lost my V card. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a story on my channel about that, but this story that I'm gonna tell you guys was kind of the introduction to me doing the whole Devil's Tango thing. And it all starts off in my grade 8 year in a classroom learning the education of Devil's Tango. Because I remember back when I was in grade 8, I remember I entered my classroom with me and my friends, and I only had this one friend that was actually a really weird guy, but at the same time, he was like kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. He had 2 moms, so in a way, I guess he was special in his own way. But I remember me and him, we went inside this classroom, we sat down together, and my teacher walked in front of the classroom and said, okay, guys, so today we're actually going to be having a special unit introduced into the classroom, and that is Devil's Tango. Ed, so you guys better be prepared for this class and be ready to learn a lot about your futures. Now, when the teacher said this, I had no idea what she was talking about. But what I will say was that it was very weird her introducing this now that I really think about it. But honestly, I remember a lot of the people in the class could not take this maturely. By that, what do I mean? Well, I had people in the classroom yelling, eggplant, eggplant, we're gonna learn about my eggplant, guys. It's massive. Like just funny jokes like that were just being tossed around the classroom. And then I remember out of nowhere, another teacher ended up walking into the classroom, and this teacher was attractive. Now, I will say I had my fair share of attractive teachers growing up, but this one teacher, holy cow, she was attractive. And I remember when I saw her walk into the classroom, I saw that she was looking beautiful, and she looks at all of us saying, okay, guys, I hope you guys are ready to learn. And I remember, bro, for some reason, a lot of the guys were so excited for this class that like, it was just something they would always talk about. And I remember the first day of Devil's Tango, Ed, the only thing we learned about was how to be mature in the classroom. But obviously, none of us were actually listening to that. But I'm gonna be real here. We were all in grade 8, and none of us could handle that because, well, none of us were mature enough. I don't know how many of you guys are mature, so comment down below, but seriously, no one was really mature. And then I remember the next day was a really, really weird day because all the guys ended up going inside that classroom expecting to learn about cherries because this teacher had a really nice rack. But I remember we ended up learning about the guys' body parts, and let's just say, oh my goodness, it was super gross. Because I am not joking, this teacher ended up bringing up a projector and showing photos of eggplants on the screen. Like, bro, I'm in grade 8. I don't want to sit there looking at other people's eggplants, bro. And like, it was so gross. And then we had to do something with a banana and put like some kind of like protection on it. Dude, I don't even know. It was super weird and super embarrassing. And I am not joking. Like, I did not want to go through that class at all. And that wasn't even the worst part, because what happens the next day to my friend especially was super weird. Because I remember the next day happens, and me and a bunch of the guys, we didn't want to go into our next class because we did not want to learn about, you know, more guy parts. Like, it was just something we did not want to get anywhere near learning about, and it was just super gross. But I remember as we ended up going inside the classroom and we sat down praying that we didn't learn about guy parts, I remember this teacher ended up walking into the classroom, and she looks at all of us saying, okay, guys, so today we're going to be learning about the girls' body system now. And I remember every guy in that classroom had their eyes wide open, staring at this teacher and just staring at her rack and staring at her lips and just looking at her nonstop. And that wasn't even the most crazy part, because I remember this teacher had the projector once again facing the screen, and on the screen, what we ended up seeing was the entire girl system's body parts. Like, we saw cherries to eggplants to roast beef. Like, we saw everything, bro. And me, in my mind, I was thinking like, yo, this is a bit too much for grade 8. But I am not joking. When I looked to my left and I saw my friend staring at the screen and then staring at a really hot teacher that was teaching us, bro, I looked at him and he's just like, Bubba, bro, yeah, you good, man? Bro, I don't know if I can handle this. This is so nice. Dude, are you okay? And one thing led to another. I look forward for just 2 seconds, only 2 seconds. And then I look back to my left once again, and I see him making a weird face with his like face kind of smirking. And he ends up going, ugh. And then one thing led to another. I realized that this guy wet his pants. At least that's what I thought at first, until he ended up telling me, Bubba, bro, I just Devil's creamed myself. You did what? Bro, I am not joking. I ended up basically looking at him as if he was disgusting. Like, bro, we're in the middle of a classroom. Like, how do you just do that to yourself in class? And then afterwards, I remember everyone just kind of starts looking at me because I started kind of like making like a kind of a panic motion with my hands, being like, ew, bro, like, what are you doing? And like, yeah, let's just say the teacher ended up walking up to him with her fat cherries and looks at this student that ended up basically doing the devil's cream. And this teacher ends up putting his hand on his shoulder. And once again, he moans and goes, ugh. And he ended up doing it again in his pants with the teacher right beside him. Bro, I am not joking when I say this. Like, anyone that, you know, takes that class, please, I am not joking. Like, let it all out before you enter in there, because I am not joking. You could be the next person that this happens to. I remember everyone started staring at this kid, and I remember I started staring at him, and he ended up getting up and actually running to the bathroom and calling his mom, saying that he needed a new pair of pants and underwear. And I'm just sitting there thinking, bro, I am so happy that I matured faster than most people, or most other guys, I guess, in that classroom. But at the same time, I did kind of go through an F-boy phase, so I'm not gonna act all high and mighty here. But at the end of the day, what can I say? The teacher was hot, he was seeing what he liked, and he ended up doing it to himself. But here's one secret that you guys could learn from this. If you guys don't want to end up doing the devil's cream on yourself, is following for more embarrassing stories like this one. Peace out, guys.